would be our multi-host model. And then the next part is what I'm really interested in is how do we include the way that species are related into the transmission. So the transmission is this parameter beta. So we call this the transmission rate. And so in this case, we're looking at the transmission between species 2 and species 3. So for example, from 2 to 3. Now the way that animals are related is through what we call phylogeny. So we look at the relatedness in terms of their evolution. So if we have 3 species, for example, we can draw a phylogeny like this. Species 1, 2, and 3 are right here. So 2 and 3 are way closer related to each other than they are to number 1. And so what we're interested in this work is what happens when we consider biodiversity loss. So for example, what if this species just goes extinct? How does that affect this whole transmission? And if we're looking at bigger models, that will be really interesting. How does the transmission change? Maybe people remember the R0, which was very often named in the news when we had our big pandemic. And so basically, this model will also give us the R0 by getting the maximum eigenvalue. So that will give us the R0, the spread of the disease, the potential of the disease to spread amongst multiple species. So in this case, amongst 3 species. So if we look at just here on the top left corner, we just have the spread of the disease, the transmission between only species 1. So this would be your regular disease model, such as for COVID, because we're just looking at how much is the disease spreading within species 1 on its own. Transmission from a buffalo to a cow. And then the other one would be like transmission from a buffalo to a zebra. Well, what do you think is going to be more easily to transfer the disease? Buffalo and a cow, because if you look at the phylogeny, you could say like, okay, here's the buffalo, here's the cow, you're quite closely related, but all the way over here is a zebra. So basically, if you are closer related, it's more likely that you can share a disease than when you are further related. So bovine tuberculosis is caused by a mycobacterium called M. bovis, and it can infect the host cell and reproduce itself within the host cell. So for buffalo, that would be in the lung, and it can spread through, for example, sneezing or saliva, just like COVID did. The difference with COVID, which is a virus, COVID is not a cell, and so it can reproduce way more quickly. It is just DNA in an envelope that can attack the host cell and then spread. The bacterium, however, has the possibility of residing in the soil, which is why I'm interested in the soil. A single-celled organism can actually stay there for a little while, for up to 4 weeks, whereas a virus wouldn't be able to do that.